Hey gamers, today we're going to look at Via Nebula. Let's check it out.
To set up for the game, you're going to place out all these cloud token tiles and all the little green spots here. You'll have one extra one you will not use in the game. And then you're going to replace these 5 tokens with 5 resources of that type. Less if it's 2 to 3 players. You see here it says 4 on each one. But after that, you've set up your board. Then you're going to take your player board and put 3 of these green tiles in every little spot here for a 4-player game, or 4 of them for a 3-player game. It says here on the board here. Then you're going to start with 2 explorers, 3 construction sites, and 5 buildings. You're also going to get 2 secret objectives that you can build on your own. You're going to shuffle the public objectives and lay 4 out here and put the end of game card here. What you're doing in this game is you get 2 time action pieces each time. It tells you what each turn does. It's very simple. First thing you can do for an action is place out Explorer. So let's say I place out Explorer right here. I would get 2 victory points at the end of the game, but I can also put out 4 wood. Of course, less if it's a 2 to 3 player game. So I would put out my 4 wood, and that would be one of my actions. Now this is stuff that anyone can get, not just me. The next action I can do right here, it says pull out a construction site. On any of these ruins here, you can put out a construction site. And as you see, it only fits half of that ruin. So if someone else wanted to build here too, they could. 2 players can share the same space. I should mention these little dark spaces on the board you may not cover, and they do block transportation. There are ways to cover them though with some of the cards though, with your green tiles here. Speaking of these green tiles, if it came back to my next turn, I can place any one of these for an action, or over petrified wood for 2 actions. So for example, if I wanted to place it over this petrified wood, that would be both my actions and I'd be done. But instead, I want to place one here and another one here. Now it should be said, whenever you clear these out, you'll get 2 victory points at the end of the game. So those points would add up. So clearing land, clearing fog, are also ways that you can score victory points and start the delivery process. What's that? That's another action here. For one action, I can start sending stuff to my delivery site. So for instance, maybe I want to move 1 pig and 1 wood. As long as you have a clear point of view from the green tiles to you. Remember, these dark spaces will block you, and of course any other construction sites block you as well. So for example, if I wanted to get this wheat, and let's say the other player had a place out here, and I couldn't just move it down through here. First off, that would block me, but then also this would block me unless I had a construction site there. Then I could deliver it to that construction site. Now, speaking of building constructions, that's what you're going to be doing. That's the whole point of the game, is build. You can choose the build action. So, for a pig and a wood, I could buy this one right up here. It's a public objective. Or maybe if I had 1 more resource or 2 more resources, I could do one of these. And some of them have little special abilities. You'll just do what they say. They're very simple to understand. For instance, this is going to be 2 points at the end of the game, and I get an extra action of my choice. Yay! And of course, there's other ones here. This is the same one, except it costs 4 resources. It's worth 4 victory points and gives you an action. But all of them are a little bit different. This one, 2 of the same type good, you know, and then follow what it says. But what if I had had a brick there? Well, I didn't need the brick to build that card, right? So this brick would go on my player board. It is going to be -1 points at the end of the game. This kind of prevents hoarding. Once I build something, these resources will go off the board. This construction site will be replaced with a house. Remember, you can have 2 construction sites on each building. I mean, on each ruin space. You can also have 2 buildings there. Again, buildings would block my way. I'd have to get a new construction site out in one of these ruins to start transporting these goods again. So what you're doing throughout the game is everyone's going around taking 2 turns trying to build their buildings. Once the person has built their 5th building, they're going to grab this end of game card, score 2 points. All of the players get 1 more turn. After that, you're going to add up all your points from any projects you've completed, from any of the tiles that you've cleared, from any of the discs that you've explored. And you're going to subtract pieces by however much you have on your player board, and whoever has the most points wins.
Final thoughts. What do I think about the game? You know what? I've seen this for years. I've passed it by. I never liked the art. You know, I just don't like it. Space Cowboys I usually do like, but I don't like everything from them. But I don't know what convinced me to get look at this game. I think I was just looking for a game to buy. I think Prime had this for sale and everything. I was like, well, let's see what it is. I said, look kind of neat. And then I read over rules and I thought, hey, this is actually seems kind of fun. So I got it from Amazon Points, tried it out, and my gaming group loved it. We played it the first time, we played it a second time, they were excited. By the second time we played it, people started adding it to their Amazon list. So some of my gaming group may be getting this game. They really enjoyed this game. I did too. It is a lightweight or medium weight game. The board is double-sided, so you know, there is, and then of course where those discs, resource discs last, can change up the game a lot. So it adds for a lot of replayability, which is what this game would need, or else it would suffer. Other than that, though, I find it very interesting. We tried several different strategies. It's kind of funny at the end when you don't have much to do. You're basically just clearing tile or somehow constructing some type of last minute building. There's a lot of neat things you can do with this. This is a fun one. This is a cheap one, and it's well worth my time. It's staying in my collection. All right, gamers, that's all the time I have for now. Until next time, you know what to do. Game on!